You are now tuned into the chat room, your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Chatroom Podcast. I am the Senator, and this is episode number 7. And with me today, I got Coach. We're going to start with Coach this time.
I'm going to do this. Y'all try to get me out of here, man. I was just going on, man.
I ain't even going to say nothing about that one. All right, we also got Mr. Pro Chatterbox himself, Essay.
What's up? Happy Chocolate and Flowers Day tonight.
All right, I ain't going to say nothing more to that. Wasn't Galentine's the 13th? It's like the day before I'm not even going to get into that. And we also got Dewayne in the building.
Going on.
And with us today, because Coach made me watch this ridiculous movie, and we couldn't have talked about this movie without having another dope podcast on here, a nice collab. So we got the ladies from the Macaroni Sound Podcast.
Hi.
Yes.
Macaroni Sound, there you go.
Thanks.
So before we even start, we just want to say, ladies, we appreciate you coming on to this episode right now. We know that it's about to get really ridiculous as we keep going. But we want to thank you. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves to the audience?
Yeah, no problem. Hi, my name is Maddie. I'm 1/3 of the Macaroni Sound Podcast.
And I'm Ebony. I'm also 1/3 of the Macaroni Sound Podcast.
And I'm Chenille, aka Shen, the other piece.
What's up?
I didn't even know how to go from there because 2 people said, "Yeah, I'm 1/3." She's just like, "I'm the other piece." You do the math. Before we jump into talking about this ridiculous movie, and I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this episode.
I'm joining you on that one.
I liked it, man. All
right, I'm gonna give you guys the reason why I didn't like the movie after we talk about this first topic. So did anybody do anything special for Valentine's Day?
Let's put everyone on blast. I didn't do anything. It's my day off, so I got work tomorrow morning, so I'm good.
Same here, but as you can see in my background, I did a little something, you know.
A little something.
There's a little something.
You got like 36 roses up there, man.
It's actually just, it is 36, but it's a thought that counts, you know. Just the
I was gonna be like, no, it's not 36. It was 72, but I only took half and put it in my background.
I definitely got a few gifts.
I didn't get any. I'm gonna celebrate later on in the week. That's why. So I didn't get anything. Yeah.
Did you guys get something for your other half?
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. This is how you're gonna get started.
I don't have another half, so
I got a card. I got a card for like that person. Like it's like, you know, the talking stage. Like I got him a card.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's cute.
No, that makes sense.
Whatever.
I'm gonna just let you guys know this. Because we are normally a basketball podcast, I'm gonna shout out Ebony for waving off the play. She was trying to get out of that. Quickly. She was like, "Nah." Dewayne, we saw your IG. What'd you do?
Yeah. You guys heard some of it already, but I had a projector set up in the basement, so we were watching some movies. And we watched those blockbusters. We watched Malcolm and Marie, and we watched Judas and the Black Messiah. We watched that. So we had some good movies. We had some chips. We had dinner.
No
her roses. I got the chocolates, all that stuff. Give it a whole night.
Wow. I was gonna say something. Actually, no, I am gonna say something. So for your Valentine's, you decided to watch a 2-hour movie of a man and a woman arguing?
Listen, She wanted to actually, she wanted to watch the movie. She wanted to watch the movie. So I said, okay, because she's been talking about it. I'm like, I don't know this movie. I've been hearing some stuff. But she's like, nah, let's watch it. And we had a good discussion about it after. A very productive discussion. So it was actually good for us. It was.
Did you say thank you any point in the day? Because if you didn't,
we talked about that. No, we actually talked about that. We actually talked about that. Like I was like, do I say thank you? She's like, you say thank you all the time. I'm like, yeah, just checking. I say thank you all the time for everything.
Killing the game out here. I see it.
Well, I watched this trash ass movie on Valentine's Day today, so I'm in the same boat of a movie that you could risk having some very interesting conversations after.
Man, this was a good movie.
We had an interesting conversation. I called you out, Coach. I snitched. I said this whole thing is started because Coach asked us to watch a movie. I haven't seen a Tyler Perry movie in over a decade.
All right, don't say the name of the movie.
It's infiltrated my whole day. My bad.
Quickly, I'll tell you guys what I did. I did 2 Twitch streams. I did a soca set in the morning just because it's Carnival Sunday in Trinidad, and then I did a 2-hour R&B set in the night, and this was slightly before we came on to record this. So that was my day. But
you're booked, you're busy.
Yeah.
I try to stay as busy as possible, Quarantine is the whole quarantine life causes you to be more creative. So that's all it's about.
100%.
Well, I watched a horror film and it was great.
Which one?
Nice.
It's called Alone.
Oh.
Never heard
Watch it.
That doesn't even sound like a movie title that you'd want to watch on Valentine's. Alone.
Well, I like horror films. Watch what I want to watch.
Hey, do you, girl?
Thank you.
Today's your day.
Thank you. Sorta.
Yo, do you see what happens when SA gets on his first podcast with women guests on here? You see how he goes crazy? So
why you gotta call me out like that?
So let's get into the real reason why we brought on the Macaroni Sound Podcast, and it's for this trash movie. And the reason why I call it trash is because Coach was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this movie by a certain time. We don't know when we're gonna do the collab episode." So on my birthday, on Christmas, I watched this movie.
Whoa!
And it was the worst gift that anybody could have given me. And the movie that we're talking about is Tyler Perry's Acrimony.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had some acrimony watching this movie. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So my question to everybody is, did you think it's a good movie, a bad movie?
A bad or a bad movie?
A good movie or a bad movie?
I don't know.
It was all right.
It was all right. Like if you're a woman going through something, you're like, yes, I want to watch this movie. But then after you're like, this is shit. It's we know it's shit. We know it's a bad movie. We get it. We know. But it's like in the moment you watch it, you're like, oh, it's great. Like
makes you feel better.
Yeah, you're like, I love this.
Tyler Perry writes his films like they're theatrical pieces. It feels like that, where things are stretched out longer than they should have, and it's like things are over explained, and there's not a lot of nuance. And then the last act became Sharknado out of nowhere. It's just,
right? Yeah.
So are you good?
So trash. Like why are we trying to sugarcoat this?
It's a negative 10 out of 10 for me. Like straight up. Like this is why I had a decade-long hiatus on Tyler Perry movies. And then Coach had to bring it back, man. It's like you brought me back.
You know what?
Acrimony for you now.
I feel like the other movies he has produced are a little bit better, but this one was the trashier end. Like it was straight garbage.
He likes seeing black women suffer.
That's Madison always says that he likes to see black women suffer.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, because my girl Melanie, Melinda, she was suffering.
She's suffering.
Suffering.
Every step of the
way, she was suffering.
Yeah.
But then she put herself through more suffering.
Well,
and then you're like, and then she suffered more, and then now she's going to prison. Now she's going to prison.
It's not great for the
Wait, let's we can get to that after. We can get to that after.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a good movie, but it's like in the moment you're like, I'll watch it. Why not? You know?
Do you know what?
I didn't do
ladies,
it.
Ladies, let me let you know why Coach is also a setup, right?
Okay.
He put in our group chat. He was like, "Yeah, you know, for New Year's Eve, you should probably watch this with your girl."
I remember that.
I wasn't falling for the trap. I'm not stupid.
After what we went through in 2020,
I'm not
you
stupid.
set up 2021 on that note.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, no, don't watch it. I mean, you did, but it's not good. I don't recommend anybody watching it.
Nope.
No, I recommend everybody to watch it.
Everybody watch it.
Because if I went through that pain, everybody else better suffer with me.
I'm surprised though. I'm surprised that he didn't cast himself in this movie because usually he's in the movie.
He is in the movie.
Yeah. So I thought he'd like pop in somewhere, you know, as like
I thought he would have casted himself as one of the brothers.
Yeah, or something. Right?
Yeah.
He wasn't in this.
He loves to show face.
Weird. Yeah, he likes to show face.
No, it was fine for me. It was fine that he wasn't in it. But also, I'm so sorry. But also, like A Fall from Grace, that movie was sus as well. Like Tyler Perry movies are just very problematic in that like he likes to see Black women suffer.
Yeah.
Everything is like negative for the Black woman, and it's just like you're getting beat up, you're getting cheated on, we have a baby on you, like. It's always something just wild. Like, why can't we just be loved correctly? Like
your baby mom's a crackhead in it. Like, for some reason, your baby mother's a crackhead. Like, what?
Oh my God. Like, why is it always...
Like, where are we?
Yeah, it's always some shit. Why can't we just be loved correctly just in the beginning and then everything goes well? Like, why can't that be the plot?
Because he doesn't know how to write that story.
It's not in the script, man.
No.
That's correct. And another thing.
Mm-hmm. Tell him.
Getting upset. He writes all these trash movies himself. He has no writer room or writer's room. He writes it all himself, which makes it even worse. He has nobody to bounce ideas off of. It's just him and Medea, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think even if he had a writer's room, nobody's ideas would matter. I don't think he's the type of person that takes constructive criticism well.
Scrap that.
Everything.
He's a black Vince McMahon.
You guys think that he's a handsome chap?
Huh?
Like Tyler Perry, do you think he's like a good-looking male?
Those words never crossed my mind when seeing Tyler Perry. I've never said, "Wow, you know, his movies are trash," but you know, he keep on still. No.
I was saying once to them, I'm like, yeah, like Tyler Perry, like he produces films, he writes films, he's like a handsome man. Madison's like, it's been a long quarantine for you, eh? It's been a long quarantine. To think Tyler Perry's handsome? I was like, he's a good looking Tyler. Like he's the beard. No,
saying you got quarantine eyes. That's just like beer goggles.
Beer goggles.
I don't know.
All right.
Cannot believe.
So last question before we jump into this movie. Are you guys a fan of Tyler Perry movies? And this is for everybody.
No.
The biggest thing I like from him is that it promotes discussion, whether that be positive discussion or negative discussion, but it promotes those discussions and it allows you to have those conversations after watching it. So I like that because I like having conversations, right? So
yeah.
I have tremendous amount of respect for what he's accomplished, what his story is, and he legit started from the bottom and now like he has a massive studio. He pretty much runs Atlanta. You know, he's an example of like always fighting for your dreams, always fighting for your ambitions, never giving up no matter what challenges you face, and always believe in yourself, right? So I'm proud of what he's accomplished, but I wouldn't recommend his films to my worst enemy. I wouldn't recommend his films to my exes.
Dang.
I wouldn't recommend his film. No, I think his films
your exes your worst enemies.
Whoa, what? Let's just say maybe a few of them I might recommend this movie to, but I don't think. I think he has like flashes of talent, but they're so few and far between that his movie as a whole is just a hot mess. And it's the same thing. That's another thing. He doesn't change. It's like always the same kind of structure with a different coat of paint. I agree with you that he does paint women in a very villainistic, very demonized light a lot. He does do so with some of the men, but not as often as he does with, like, his very first film was Diary of a Mad Black Woman, right? And the irony is when he talks about, like, he literally has the character say, I don't want to be a stereotype, now watch me be that stereotype for the rest of the film, right? Almost like if I say I have black friends, that means I'm good with black. But no, just because you say I don't want to be a stereotype doesn't change the fact that he writes them all like the same. So if you've seen one Tyler Perry, you've seen them all, and they're all like hot garbage. Sure. But congratulations on the studio.
The studio is beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I definitely, as a child, I liked his films when I was younger, like, you know, with your family watching it. But now that I watch it, I'm like, I can't fathom it. Like, I understand he's started from the bottom, like, amazing, great, like, he's made his way, but now it's like, it is, I would say hot garbage, but it's a little trash. His
movies are definitely for a selected audience. Especially, I know a lot of people that watched his plays first. Those are the people that really like his movies. So it's very selective for people that like. I don't really like the movies myself, but I watched some of those plays, and the plays are hilarious.
Yeah, they
like
are.
that's when he was really getting down to like the nitty gritty of just the performances, and like he was really himself in the plays. But when it comes to theatrical movies, it's a little different. He definitely changed the formula when he's translating it to movies. That's what I saw. The plays were brilliant.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say before we jump into this movie. I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry, but he inspired me to cut my braids after he tried to make Shamar Moore have braids. And after I saw that, I was like, I can't have these braids anymore, and shaved them right off. So
I still don't believe
that's a flagrant one on that comment.
I still don't believe he had braids. I need to see a photo.
How's that a flagrant? He inspired me to shave my hair. All right, let's get into this movie.
Kind of trash. Yeah.
Coach, you want to lead off on this one? I don't even want to lead off on this one.
Okay. So we'll just start with a key part in the movie. Okay, so what do y'all think about when Melinda caught Robert cheating? How did she handle that?
Coach, you start. This is your brainchild. You start.
What I think about it?
Yeah.
What do you think about that part happening? Let me know.
Yes, Coach. Yeah. Tell us.
I'm like, what do you
I think Robert was.
Remember, you're wearing our merchandise too. Don't disrespect the brand.
I think he was wrong for sure. Like, he didn't, like, she was totally in the right for being angry, for being upset, for being the victim in the whole thing. She was definitely wrong for that. I think it's tough because I think when she kind of drove her car into the trailer, that was like her losing her ability to have kids was her own doing. So I don't think he was wrong for that. I think she went above and beyond for that. But her being mad, she's definitely in her right to be mad for sure. That's why I have for now. But
I really want to see what the response was going to be, because she was listening so intensely right there. She was like, she got closer to the screen. She did everything. I think for sure she was in every right to be upset.
I want to throw out a little curveball here.
Right.
Okay, I don't know if this was apparent to anybody with that whole scene and everything like that, and even just with everything, like the behavior and everything getting up to that point. Do you guys think that it's possible maybe she was bipolar or something like that, some kind of underlaying mental illness that wasn't never addressed like in her like, and that could have resulted in the attitude and the way she reacted to certain things so volatile. Was that just something that wasn't said in the movie, but it was looked like it was apparent?
Remember, she had
change how you feel about the situation.
No,
I think that would have been a great storyline and great subtext, but as I mentioned previously, Tyler Perry doesn't know how to do nuance, right? To portray a woman who has that underlining in their character takes craft both in writing. I mean, yeah, Taraji P. Henson, like she could carry that character had he written her with that kind of nuance, because that's a great idea. And that, because it felt like during the stage of the film, I'm not gonna go too far ahead, but it felt like that would be a great explanation, and that would help me be on her side more had that been written better and filmed better. But instead, it was filmed and depicted like she's just crazy, like she just like what do they say, borderline personality or borderline. They said she had some kind of like, but they slightly mentioned it because who cares about the underlying meaning? We don't need to develop that. We just want the raw corny drama. So I agree. I think that, yeah, there's a possible underlining like health condition that could have been played up more to kind of get people more on her side.
Can you tell he just watched this movie today?
Nah, yeah, I mean, I don't think she was wrong for being angry though at all.
No, I don't.
Ladies, what do you think?
Please would like to go first.
No, she definitely wasn't wrong for being angry. That's for sure. And I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna blame him. I'm gonna blame him for her ovaries because I'm gonna blame him for her ovaries only because she reacted like that because of what he did and because he was this manipulative person from before. Right?
She should have seen the signs.
Mm-hmm.
She should have seen the signs from the beginning. Her money was wasted. Somebody had died in her family.
Inheritance.
Yeah. And then she had, taken on that role.
Life insurance.
Provider for him, right? She paid for his schooling. She pays for everything. His car, right? She's stupid to have done that.
Paid it outright.
But her anger justified.
Yeah, and now her ovaries are his fault.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
I'm blowing a whistle on that one. I'm doing a coach's challenge on that one.
I feel like angry, yes, but like, have you not like? I'm sure someone's done that out there. A woman scorn. Somebody has done that
for sure.
If somebody has done that, it's horrible. Yeah, but.
That's a result of her decision.
I can't blame the consequences of her actions. I can blame the intent. Her anger is fully justified. I actually rooted for her knocking over the trailer. Don't think she should have done the second time. I think the first time kind of said the message enough. Second time was just a bit too extra seasoning. But I can't blame the results of her actions on the dude. That I can't do. I can see why someone would. I just personally cannot. But again, her anger is fully justified.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer scene was pretty epic. Like, I mean, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When it hit, I thought she was gonna go down with them.
His whole home
with the girl inside. Amazing. Best scene.
What are the few highlights?
I'm gonna go after Ebony. I want to hear what she has to say.
She thought she was safe.
Yeah.
Alone. You did it. I don't know. This movie sucked, and honestly, I'm just I mean, okay. I think it's her personally. From the first and a half flag, I would have been out of there. He would have never seen me again. It would have been over. Bye. But to get to the point where she runs over his trailer, that was a good moment. That was a good scene. But I'm not gonna blame her ovaries on him. I'm sorry. Just because at that point, for myself personally, I probably would have done it the one time and then skirt and got out of there and just
Facts.
never talked to him again. I would have never talked to him again, and that would have just been it.
It was unfortunate.
He could have the car. He could
the car repo too.
But I'm not.
It was unfortunate, definitely.
Yeah, I know.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. I feel bad for her But then I do. But then later on, I don't.
Because she takes him back. Like, how are you gonna feel bad?
She didn't.
What do you mean? They go.
Oh, she took him back.
She took him
did.
back.
Sorry.
Yeah, she lost her. She lost her whole ovaries and then took them back. So it's like,
stop bringing up her ovaries.
I'm like, ovaries. Ovaries.
All right. So here's my thought process on this. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she was justified with being angry.
Yeah, of course.
I just think that, and Essay's been saying it the whole time, just the writing of it. I feel like Tyler Perry was trying to have his waiting to exhale moment in that one there, with Angela Bassett burning the car.
Another great film.
With her actually trying to flip over the trailer, right? And I was looking at it, I was like, all right, hit the trailer once, burn the car. Really do the waiting to exhale moment, and then that would have been good. And then seeing that we're bringing up ovaries, you would have kept your ovaries. Then it wouldn't have been anything on for us to even talk about that part. But I don't know. Like I said, this was a trash movie. But let's go to the next thing. And you brought it up earlier, and it was the fact that she spent all her inheritance money on him.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Don't even get me started, please.
He was drunk in love. It seems plain and simple. Drunk in love.
You just take a tally of the events here, okay? She bought him a car and he ghosted her after he literally cheated on her 2 days after he bought her. She bought him a car. Okay, lost her kids. There's a chance to have kids. Brings them back against the advice of her own family. And then did she do something first and then spend the rest of the inheritance money?
She
bought his education.
yeah.
She put her mom's house
mortgage.
She mortgaged. She remortgaged.
She put the second mortgage.
Yeah.
And allowed him not to get a job.
No. I have a beef for this because he was working, but like she said,
no, he wasn't working, bro. He was only working on the battery the whole time.
No. She said that the asshole was getting some jobs, but it wasn't enough to even pay a bill. So he was working.
He was working part-time or something like that, like some kind of part-time small job.
They didn't actually show him working.
No, but it was
they mentioned it.
Yeah,
I know they mentioned. Oh, he also didn't tell her he was a felon. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
And I know he had 3. Oh yeah, sorry. That's a head. But I don't remember him having a job ever. Except till after.
They didn't play into it, but when she was like on the psychiatrist's couch, and she was talking about it, and she's like, "Oh, the bastard even got some odd jobs, but they weren't enough to even pay."
It was like part-time little medial stuff.
So
what? Doing what? Like a paper?
No, she never said it. She never said it. She never said what the jobs were. But what he's saying is exactly right.
Collecting cans.
Yeah, like what job do you get that can't you pay one bill? Not even a phone bill? Like, what are you really doing then? All right. Either way, okay. So low to no occupation.
Right.
All right. Yeah. And after all of that, you're gonna give all the money. Like, that's nuts. I'm sorry. That's
you
nuts.
believe in that person, you invest in that person. Okay.
Investing, man.
After they cheat on you and you lose your kids, cause you to lose your kids.
Future kids.
Love makes you do some crazy things. People do some crazy things for love.
Yeah. And
you're gonna blow 6 figures on somebody who cheated on you and cause you to lose your future kids.
But like he said, some women will do crazy things for love.
Yeah,
like crazy things. Like you'll be so stupid for a while, but then you wake up. Has
anybody ever done something of that magnitude of craziness?
No. Probably
not.
I'm sure. I'm sure people. I'm sure people have. I'm sure there's one person in this world that's done that. I'm sure there have.
All right, just blink twice. You don't have to say it out loud. You can just.
Somebody's done it.
I haven't.
It's almost as crazy as those. It's like crazy as those people that get a tattoo of the other person's name on them, and then they break up like the next week. Like it's like that.
You have to remove it.
Yeah.
Or cover it
Or
up.
like cover. Yeah.
I bet you Francis did that.
Nigga, I ain't got no tattoo.
Wait, does someone have a tattoo with your name on it?
I am terrified of needles, man. Terrified of needles.
Oh yeah.
All my needles, man. But essay, nobody got my name on them, man.
Okay.
Trying to get me in trouble.
That's good.
Trying to get me in trouble, man.
Hey, you almost got me in trouble with this movie. Got some.
All right, so we're all in agreement that that was not the smart thing for her to do to spend off her whole inheritance and
no,
remortgage the house.
Definitely
on him.
Definitely a dumb idea.
Yeah. I'm wondering, do you guys think she was manipulated though to do that?
Not purposefully. I don't think it was like a.
This wasn't an intentional manipulation to me. This was more of like.
I don't think
it was a manipulation with. Like he was looking so far ahead into the future that in his mind, everything he was doing was justified because he knew all the stuff that he was doing now was for a bright future. Like it's like I'm not doing this stuff for now. I'm doing this stuff for possibly 15 to 20 years from now. Just bear with me. Yeah. But I mean, that's a lot of waiting for someone to do, and that's a lot of things. But having someone,
as an athlete, I can totally buy into that, man. For sure. Like that whole mindset of, okay, well, when I was in high school, like we had 3 practices a day, plus I was working. So there was no possibility of me having a girl in high school. So like having that same mindset where, okay, he's working on his battery for so long. His vision is shit. I'm gonna try and take us out of the projects or whatever with his battery. So he had a bigger goal, and we'll get to the rest of the movie, but yeah.
Do you think the goal was for himself or for them together?
It was
cheating on her.
I think it was definitely for him. It was his version of what he wanted for them. So he didn't ask her once, oh, like do you want this for us? Do you want this? He just kind of spoke that into his existence because it was his version of what he wanted for them. And she even like said in the movie, like, you never asked me once what I wanted.
Yeah.
Just wanted the white picket fence, the kids, and just live, just live your life.
But then in the end, that's what you wanted, though. Exactly what he wanted.
No, he didn't want that. He wanted the big ass boat.
No, I know, I know. But in the end, it aligned. Like she that was the whole problem, was that somebody else was getting his vision that she then says was our vision. Like she literally said, you're taking my thing, you're taking my that. So in the beginning, she was like, nah, but then, and I think, and also we have to also remember that the narrator that's taking us through the story is after everything went down, right? Yeah. So it's not, she's not a neutral narrator. She's a very biased narrator. So up to that point, I had to ask myself, do I think he's manipulating her because she said so, or is he actually doing something that justifies that? And a lot of it came because she said he was manipulating her. She said she described his actions as from the mindset of like, I'm manipulating her, right? Yeah. But in essence, did he actually do anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Personally,
not on purpose. Like he wasn't doing anything on purpose. But I think he was a very smart individual. Like he knew what he was going after, and he was just trying to position himself best to get that thing.
I think he was manipulating her. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because you just going off of what you just said. Like, he's a smart individual. Smart individuals know how to manipulate situations to fit what they want and present it in a way to other people that it's for them. So if he could speak to her and sell it like, yo, I'm doing this for us, but intentionally, like, he could have done a lot more stuff at certain points. There are certain things that he could have done, but he knew that he had this. As soon as she said that she had this inheritance coming in, you could see that he was like, all right, oh man, yo, I'm about to get kicked out of school. Can you pay for it? Right? And from that point on, it's like going into business with billionaire, and they're like, yo, you have a open loan for $2 million and you can just access it whenever you want.
Yeah.
So
Right?
it was transactional for the most part for him too.
I don't
My
think
But he can get something out of it.
my
He can get
only-
something out of it.
My only argument against that though is in the end he went above and beyond to like
for her.
I'm not talking about. We're
Fulfill.
not going to the. We're not going to the
Let's
end.
not
I'm
skip.
talking about.
Let's not
I'm
skip
talking
over.
about that part right there. Like
so you're
if
saying
we,
up to this part
up to
you
this
felt
point
he was
right here,
manipulating.
I feel like it was manipulation.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I said that. I said up to this part, I thought he was manipulating her, but I wasn't sure if I thought that because of his actual actions or because she was narrating his actions from the standpoint of someone who's felt manipulated.
This is
That's
too many
what I
men
said.
talking, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Because from the beginning, they're saying like she's speaking, right? So you're like, how's he manipulative in the beginning? Because like at first I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the beginning. I was like, what? He came to the funeral. He was so nice, etc. Then all of a sudden it was like, okay, now your money, now your mortgage. Like then after that, I was like, okay, like this is definitely like she's definitely being stupid at this point, right? Like manipulation in the beginning, maybe not, but like throughout, yeah,
For
it was like-
years.
for years,
Yeah.
decades.
That was like the basis of the relationship. She knew that he wanted this thing to pop,
Yeah,
and she was gonna help him with the money that she had.
yeah, definitely. She definitely shouldn't have given him that money,
Nah,
but that's her money.
not all of it. Nah,
Yeah,
That's her
yeah.
money.
not all of it.
That's
I mean,
Negative.
I'm not. I mean, there's some like if you believe in your partner and you believe in what they're doing, you will invest in what they're doing.
Facts.
That's what it is, right? So I don't agree with her investing $300K into it.
Of course not.
Well, I don't agree with that. But
I
like,
don't agree with her investing any more money after she bought the car and then he cheated on her. So
Yeah.
like there's certain flags that were
Sure.
shown from
even
as
before
she
that,
was going on, and then she just kept investing
Kept going.
money. It's like people just flushing money down the toilet. That's what she was doing at that point. And then we'll get to the other part once we get there. But she saw signs where she could have said, "Nah, I'm
Right.
done.
Of course,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like this is not happening no more."
There's definitely red flags, right?
yeah, from the beginning. And
Yeah.
she was really unhappy because she was taking on most of the burden.
Yeah.
He didn't help on the house at all, like at all. Even though she was investing in him, he could have did more.
Yeah.
And she would have been happier if he did more. I feel
Just
like
running up the electricity bill.
yeah,
Get a
exactly.
part-time job, man.
Yeah, I feel like she was like easy to please because she just wanted to see him happy. But I feel like he didn't return the favor. He didn't work hard to make her happy.
no,
Nope.
he didn't work at all to make her happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he sold it. That's the thing. It's a form of, that's why I said he was manipulating her, because he was selling a dream, not
His dream.
her dream, a dream. And there's a difference because she's going out there, she's hustling, she's working, she's whatever, she's spending, she's investing all this money, whatever. And all he's is saying is, yo, we're gonna make it big.
Right.
We're gonna thing, right?
Like, no
And
footwork at all. Like zero footwork in the household. Like guy didn't even clean. He didn't
Didn't
cook.
grab a broom or nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. He might have been a what list you, but he wasn't doing that. I don't think so. I don't think he was being like. Yeah, I don't think so. He was just a what list you who just was just sitting down, not doing nothing but working on his own stuff. So it's like
tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. So it's like the hood rapper who's 40 years old and still thinks that his songs on the bus. You know, he's out there, he's work. You know, he's doing things. So yeah. That's my little take. But yeah, next topic, man.
Man, I can't believe you wanted to bring up a 40-year-old rapper like that. How dare you? How dare you? You know how many listeners we just lost?
My bad, yo. I mean, y'all can still listen to us. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so we'll go to. Let's see, what's another part we can go to? So Essay, you kind of touched on it when he didn't tell her that he was a felon.
No.
And then he applied to 3 positions. Like she was banking on him graduating school and then him being able to work, like going to workforce and make money. And he didn't tell her that he was a felon. Was he wrong for that?
Absolutely. I realize he was probably hoping that he can, dust it under the rug and get away with it. But I think he was wrong. I think after she invested like her life savings into your education, at that point, you should be as open with her as possible, especially with something that could jeopardize the result of her investing her life savings into your education. So I think he was definitely wrong for not sharing that with her. I can understand why, but they were a couple of years in, at some point that's got to come up as like, this could possibly be like a situation and I'm working on a plan or something. Like, what do you think was going to happen? Right. But I think he's foul for that for sure.
I disagree fully, man.
Oh.
State your piece.
I don't think he was like, I think like my biggest thing that I always said is that if you're in a relationship, you gotta be able to be an individual in your relationship, right? So that may come with like, I don't think he has to divulge everything that's happened in his past prior to her and the relationship. So I don't think
even stuff that could affect their future.
I don't
like what if he was celibate, or I mean, not so. What? No, what if he could have kids, right? Which I think is on the same level as like the fact that something could possibly, it affected their future, right? When she invested in his education, the whole point is that you will pay back and then some by getting a job or getting a job out of this education. So having a criminal record is a flag. That is a threat. That is a possibility of ruining your return on your investment. So the fact that it threatens the fact of him getting a job, because if he doesn't get a job, right, not only is he like not fulfilling the purpose of his education, but that's their life. Like he can't, that will prevent him from contributing to their future like he should. So I definitely think you should disclose that. You definitely should say something about it. I don't think you should wait till it gets caught.
I mean, like, okay, I'll say this. I think if she asks about it, you divulge that information.
No.
Yeah, ladies, what do y'all think about this?
What do you mean? Tell the person. You don't just, what am I going to save this info?
I don't think so.
I'm going to save the info?
You're a felon.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to let you know.
Hey, babe, I've been to jail.
Hey,
I
babe,
have a
I've
record.
been arrested.
Why does that matter?
What do you?
It's a part of.
I would like to know.
It's a part.
This Negro Francis is tripping right now. You've gone crazy.
Oh
You gone crazy right now. You didn't tell your girl?
What?
You just keep it a secret?
I don't think it matters.
It matters. That's crazy. That matters.
That's in a big way.
For sure that matters.
Why?
What if the shoe was on the other foot? What if my girl was a felon? And this was the reverse? I want to know this.
See, I'm different because I think you're entitled to be an individual in the relationship. So I think
but if you're a felon and you can't get a job, like that's a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother ball game.
You're allowed.
Why?
You are allowed to be an individual in a relationship, and you should also still be building with the other person.
For sure.
But as far as the fact of you being a felon and not being able to get a job, you're affecting the income coming in, potential income that could come into the household.
Okay.
And
felons can't get credit. Felons don't have credit.
Okay, so
it affects things.
Okay, so my question is, if he was uneducated and couldn't get a job, you think he has to divulge that as well?
Uneducated and couldn't get a
job. Paid for him to be educated.
No, I'm saying if that wasn't the case, so because basically what I'm trying to find out is, like, why is that information that he has to divulge? Sure, it'll be nice. It's a courtesy. If
you're living with an individual, right? You're living with your significant other, and let's say you invested. We're gonna reverse the roles. You and a significant other, right? You are there. You invested into that person.
Okay.
Now you know that times are getting hard. You don't got that much money anymore. We need to keep the lights on in the house.
Okay.
You're thinking that's the point when you can't get a job. At that point, that's when you're gonna be like, that she's gonna be like, I'm a felon, I can't get a job. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's like knowing. Hold on. That's like knowing that you're applying for jobs that you definitely can't get. Like
Yeah.
you're just practicing interview now. That's all he was doing because he knew that he couldn't get those jobs. So like he's literally out there just practicing like how do I talk to people? Because there's no other reason for him to go on these interviews.
It went back to the example I was trying to put forward of if you can't have kids, but she keeps telling you, I want a family, and you know you don't have the ability to have kids. You're busting like, when do you tell her then? Do you tell her when you've tried like 5 times and she never, and they said, oh, by the way, I can't have kids.
No, you wait till the doctor tell her, right? I'm just asking Coach, right? You know. So. Coach, go.
Yeah.
But that situation that you just mentioned, I say that's him lying to her. That's him deceiving her, right? He's there having sex with her, knowing full well that he cannot conceive or he can't provide that to her. He's just deceiving her. Him going to work. He said in the movie that happened when he was a juvenile, so he's hoping that it was expunged off his record, right? So I don't think that, as I said, I don't think that information that he should have had to divulge. Me personally, if I'm in a relationship, I'm doing something for somebody. So if I'm investing in them in their vision, I'm doing it because I believe in them and I want to. I'm not doing it looking for a return. So I'm not. So my mind is not there.
I didn't say anything about looking for a return. I said the fact of if you're low on money and your income alone can't support the household, and that other person has to. You think jobs just happen like that? Like look how many people that are struggling to find work right now. Like
and why would you keep it a secret? Like, what would be the reason?
Yeah.
Isn't it like a truth aspect?
So does your significant other know everything about you?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
I'm not a felon. I'll tell her that. She needs to know something like that.
everything that
like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you, babe. We've been together 6 years. I'm a felon.
Things that would affect the relationship,
And I'm asking. So if that's a 10, and everything you're mentioning is not a 10, why would you tell her everything else if him being a felon is the upteenth worst thing?
I think it's the truth aspect. Like you want to know everything about that person, right?
Okay, so if that guy was say he was molested as a kid and he didn't tell you that, and that bothered him his whole life.
But it's gonna come out somehow, honey. Therapy
that will.
That much.
It might.
Stuff like that it really affects you psychologically. When you have kids too, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. You're gonna know eventually.
Ebony hasn't said a lot. Anything.
Huh?
Ebony has been very, 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 very quiet.
Trauma comes out.
I mean, I'm listening and I'm absorbing what you guys are saying. I don't know. Personally, as someone who's been arrested, I'm sure you guys know if you listened to our episode.
Yeah.
I've been arrested. No, I didn't go to jail, but I went through the whole process. Like I got strip searched at 14, like fingerprints, mugshot, all that. It's a lot of information, but welcome. And
I have as well.
Yeah. So like I didn't go to jail, so I don't necessarily tell people just off rip, like, by the way, I was arrested, Yeah. But if I was a felon and like I had been to the slammer and it was still on my record, I would let somebody know that, especially when it affects the economic standpoint of us needing to survive and provide for the household and before kids, post kids, like it doesn't even matter. Like I would want to be upfront about something like that because I don't know, what if he or they find out from somebody else and I don't tell them, then I would feel like shit. So I would want to divulge that information just to be completely transparent and honest. Yeah. Because I'm not.
You want to just come up.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would just want to let them know just.
It could come up. Let's say you're trying to travel. Sometimes people try to travel. Let's say she has like a DUI on her record from like a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If she's trying to travel to like America or something and her significant other is trying to travel as well, that person's going to get through. Sometimes she will not get through the border because of that, right? Then she's going to have to explain. Yeah. So it's like, let's just tell me now.
Yeah,
tell me now. Tell me now so I know what to expect.
And like, what if that's a deal breaker for some people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Some people it is. Some people it isn't. Like you just gotta
unfortunately, in this situation, like what really bugged me was
So how would
he took away her choice, because him not telling her this, she didn't even have a choice to be like, oh, you're a felon? Okay, we need to really look at this now, because I'm starting to really not see this future you're talking about. You being a felon. Like, how are you supposed to take care of us? Like, how are you gonna provide? So I really think he took away that aspect of it. That's a big choice to take away from somebody. She didn't even have time to think about it or process it. If he did tell her, the fact that he didn't, she's thinking everything's cool. Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna get that 6-figure job you're talking about. Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
like, we'll be fine.
So the choice is the issue. The choice is the issue. The lack of choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I think
definitely.
Okay. All right. So do you tell your partner?
Boxed her in.
Do you tell your partner how much bodies you have?
It has come up, and she is okay with it. That was the past. She's the future.
But why we need to talk about that?
Oh, now
it's not relevant.
All I'm gonna say is,
but I don't lie to my girl. That's the thing. I'm very honest with her. I'm lying. I tell her everything. I've told her everything about me. She's vice versa.
Me too.
All I'm saying is that coach is bugging with his responses back, man. He went to if they were molested as a kid.
No, but I'm just
in the beginning to now who's the body count. Like, let's move on. So we're gonna move on to.
Oh no, I was gonna add one more thing with just, and then we can move on. I think his thing is like, it's not lying, it's just withholding the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Oh.
Whoa. Don't they know you're podcasting on a Sunday?
I don't know what that is.
So it's a Valentine, I bet you.
Valentine?
Good joke.
Somebody's Valentine's trying to get in touch with me.
Not I.
You're like, yo, you didn't answer when I called you earlier.
Okay. Keep the jokes. Okay. All right. But yeah.
I think we can move on.
Yeah.
All right. So next one.
Try not to talk about my body count.
I'm just
don't
saying.
worry. We're not jumping into that discussion. All right. So Robert gets a phone call, turns the truck around, goes home, and ditches the delivery that he was supposed to do to meet up with the company that called him so he could present his idea. Was he wrong for doing that?
It's a catch-22.
Yeah,
that's a very slippery slope.
Big catch-22.
Yeah.
Like on one hand, it's like I'm still chasing that dream. It's there. Like I'm so close I could taste it. But at the same time, like this is my wife's family, and this is a business. Like if I don't make this run, I'm putting their business in jeopardy. And he knew that. They expressed it to him. Yes. Like they told him, do not mess this up. Like if there was anything you're going to mess up in your life, it can't be this. Basically is what they told him.
And they were in that situation because of him too.
They were.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, like he can taste it. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, right? He was like so ecstatic to finally get this meeting.
Imagine
Finally,
like decades in the making.
18 years of waiting for one meeting. For one meeting,
right? It's unfortunate, but it's like, would you take it?
That's what I was gonna say. He was wrong for it, but
yeah,
I bet I'll tell you this: I'm taking that shit.
Yeah.
Like imagine you studying.
Dreams are very intoxicating.
Yeah. Taking it, bro.
Yeah. You get one.
I would have taken it.
Yeah.
But I would have also called the brothers to see if somebody could come and take the truck. Because he was in the wrong for making them see it on the GPS that he turned around and he wasn't going on that. That's where he went wrong. But like I would have called them and be like, yo, the call that I've been waiting for 18 years finally came in. Can one of you guys meet me here? Because it was the sisters, the brothers, like they were all in the same place. Too. Like somebody could have taken this truck from me.
Yeah, somebody would have helped him out at least.
So that's where I think he was wrong. He was just wrong with the GPS. Like,
it's just turned around.
Slimy.
It's like when you order an Uber and you're like looking and you're like, where the hell did that Uber go? Like, I put the address in. Why are you doing 3 U-turns?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jumps from 2 minutes away to like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Or it's like down the street, it's like at a gas station. You're like, I'm not even here.
Yeah. Coach.
Okay. All right. So next one was Melinda, like dogging Robert in front of her family and like belittling him and stuff. Like, was she wrong for that when he came back from the interview and her sister showed her the was it the purse?
It was like the wallet or something.
It was the wallet. It was the wallet.
A clutch, I believe it's called.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. We're not on your level. We're not on your level.
I've been educated in those accessories.
Nah, but was she wrong in how she treated him?
Ladies,
you guys could start with this one.
I mean, she wasn't well. Okay, I don't like the way she reacted, but she had reason to react like that because of history. I mean, she recognized, wasn't it because she recognized the girl from the past?
Yeah.
So, trauma is real. I get it, So I wouldn't say that how she acted was completely correct, but I completely understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand it. She was fed up. She was tired. And I think this was after he turned down the first initial. But
he turned down
So
800,000 turned down,
yeah, so she was on she was on her last leg with this man. So
I felt that 800K would have doubled what she had initially put in, right? So
didn't
it wouldn't cover what she lost though.
But didn't she find it before, and then he was saying that he turned down the 800K after?
It all happened in one day.
When
she found out they lost the client. He's cheating. He got the meeting and turned down an $800,000 offer all in one day, in one scene.
The same girl that he cheated with.
Tyler Perry.
Same girl.
Yeah.
Same girl. Who just happens to Tyler Perry.
That coincidence is too much to like. That coincidence in her mind is unfathomable. That's not possible.
Oh,
that's
the Tyler
not
Perry
possible.
device.
I think the way she approached it was I'm on the fence, right? She was fed up. She wanted to embarrass him, but I feel like she spoke too soon. That's all I have to say. She spoke too soon. Get your shit, leave. She spoke way too soon. I would have just waited. I would have waited it out a little bit longer.
But she didn't.
No, I felt like, when you speak too soon, that's when things happen.
But like
it was definitely go ahead.
She spoke too soon.
But like 18 years.
She's smoking a cigarette. She's waiting for the family. She's like, get your stuff. Like, remember that?
Yeah.
That's it right there. It's that 18 years. What you just said, it's that 18 years though. The weight of cheating in 18 years was just buried down. It just piled down onto her at once.
Her family was.
She felt that all.
Yeah,
and I think that's why she reacted the way she did. Like she was very hasty. Like, no, you need to no, we're done. Like this is it. And I mean, it was because of the trauma of those years.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna
hold on. Can I give you my point on this? This is how I think the movie's trash, because I felt bad for the records. Like those records that were just dumped out on the floor. As a DJ, I was like, yo, how dare you gonna scratch those records? Like,
Simone.
Yeah, go ahead, smoke, blow your smoke in my face, all that good stuff. that record on the ground that I really love, don't do that. It's a vintage record player too. Like, chill.
Those are hard to fix.
That's what I took from that scene. That's it. That's it.
I felt like
I was expecting her to burn it. I literally thought the way she piled all this stuff that she was literally gonna light it up with a cigarette.
Flick the cigarette. Yeah, like what are you doing?
So I was expecting that she was that crazy that she was gonna start a bonfire in the middle of her living room.
I would have been hurt if she took a knife to the record. I would have cried. Like that would have been the scene where I cry. I'm like, yo, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I don't care what you're suffering from. You don't do that.
Nah, but I was just gonna flip it and say, was her family wrong in how they reacted?
Oh, they're looking out for her. Why are they wrong? They were looking out for her best interest. That's family. If you see someone doing your family dirty, you have to speak up. You have to say something. Yeah. As much as you know it's going to hurt them.
I don't remember
what the sister was trash though.
There you go. It was that one.
They never liked him.
They never liked
him from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't.
Well, they saw how toxic he was from the get go. I think that's what it was. Yeah. They saw the signs, but again, drunk in love.
I think they just saw that he wasn't educated and he wasn't a clear sign of money. Like the other guy was like coming from like the
Chris Brown looking kid.
Yeah, like he was. He was well off. Like he was coming from school or wherever the hell he was coming from. I don't remember, but he was coming from somewhere. So he was well off. So I think that just looks like a better picture of what things should be. So I think they were just drawn to that, not necessarily that he was a toxic guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because he had money. Yeah, he had a future, like a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah.
Shout out to the mom not leaving them anything. So they probably were just bitter too.
They just seem very angry. They seem very angry.
For sure.
That's very true. All right, so let's get to the real stuff now. So Melinda decides to show up unannounced to the house. And she went in with a trench coat. She went in trying to get her man back, who's not her man. And and in that stepped out of that house, dressed up, all looking nice, was the girl that hooked him up with the meeting. The girl that she caught him with in the first place. Thoughts on that?
Ladies,
let's let Macaroni talk first.
Because I'm not leading this off. I'm just asking the question and pose it to you guys.
So remember the part where he had approached her, Melinda approached her, and he was like, "Here's the money that I owe you," right? Like, I owe you. Remember, times 10, right? Times 10. Gave her the money. I guess
10 mil.
10 mil. There you go. And I guess she thought that, everything's gravy. We're great. I'm just going to show up in the house. He's a millionaire now. He has money. Yeah. And, she was distraught. I don't know. I would have taken the money and been happy if I was so done with him. If I was so done with him, but
she slammed that check down on the table like she was posing 6 in dominoes. Like it was
This guy is so stupid.
And
but she was being so standoffish, like, I don't want to talk to you, like, when he left the workplace.
Yeah.
And then she just expected, I don't know what she expected when she got there. I don't know what she expected.
This was their dream. Like this is what she was waiting for. So I get it. She wanted that dream. But
I think the trigger was it being the same girl.
Same girl, same building,
same
everything.
It's
like
the same girl.
Like manifestation is real.
She's still mad. Same girl. It's the same.
I don't think that was a heavy part. I think if it was any girl that is in the condo that he's been talking about getting for 18 years, it would have been maybe not as detrimental, but it still would have been like a shot to the gut for sure.
Maybe she didn't expect him to move on so fast.
But she literally told him when he was trying to apologize,
"Get out.
If you think we're getting back together, you a damn fool."
Yeah.
Right? Never getting back together.
Like ever. Like those roses are nice, but nah.
There's only
you borrowed your suit.
The only
she was cutting them up, bro.
The only person over that girl that would have set her off would be if Robert dated one of her sisters. But besides for that, like those are the only thing. Like if it was another girl, I don't think it would have been as bad. But that girl being the one to step out, and in her mind, she's like, Oh, you motherfucker! You had this shit ready for like 18 years. All right, cool. I knew it goes back. It goes back to the. Sorry, let me use Essay's terminology because he taught me something. The clutch. And it went back from that. It went back to the trailer. It went back to. She saw all that when this girl walked out.
Her ovaries flashed before her eyes.
Those past traumas, they came flooding back. Those past traumas came flooding back at once when she saw that girl in her condo, in her penthouse.
Yeah,
it was not hers.
Well,
in metaphorically speaking, because it was their dream. So she's in her
invested in time and money.
Yeah. Delusion is a real thing.
Bro, she got 10 mil.
Hey,
but she didn't get the penthouse.
She's been hearing this dream for 18 years. She put her life savings, her mama's house. She put $1.2 million in that dream that she's been listening to over and over for 18 years.
With 10 mil.
It's different. It's because she can't buy anything.
The attachment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what it is.
Nothing she can buy. She can't buy a Birkin. She can't buy anything to erase the fact that somebody else who she cheated, she believes he cheated on her with, is living that dream that she invested of $1.2 million and 18 years of her time into. That is tough to get over. No Birkin will get you over that, man.
Love.
Why do you keep going back to these Birkins?
Because that's the highest. That's the trophy I'm hearing is like the epitome of wealth.
SA is high class right now, man. Birkins, Hutch, and 36 Roses.
I drink wine now, flowers in one episode.
I need to go drinking wine. You grew up, man. You out of the ghetto, out of the hood. I hear it.
We made it. Yeah. We made it.
We made it.
We appreciate your sacrifice.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers to that, man.
Coach.
Shit. All right. So when Melinda's family introduced, brought Melinda, what's his name, Robert, and the girl back to her mom's house to kind of talk.
Diana.
But back to her house. And Melinda came back and she saw them at the house and she got upset. Do you think anyone was wrong in that? Do you think she was wrong for them being at the house? Do you think the family was wrong for bringing them to the house?
Yeah, they're wrong for that. Yeah. I didn't like that. That's ridiculous. Well, because look at all the stuff that they were dogging that guy for so long. All of a sudden, you want to be the man's best friend, and brought the girl, and brought his new girl.
Yeah,
you need to stop that. Like, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to do that to your sister.
Did she refer to his full name too for the first time? She called him, Did she say Robert for the first time?
That was very disrespectful to do that to your sister. How dare you? And in the mama's house.
Right.
The space. Yep.
That's disrespectful.
Also sent her off.
I didn't agree with that. No. They did her dirty.
Have you guys ever been in a situation where you break up with somebody and the same friends who told you should never been with that person in the first place are all of a sudden like on that person's side?
Never.
No.
Okay. I've never been in that situation.
I have.
Those ain't my. If I did, those are not my friends.
What'd you do to your
friends
so-called
anymore.
friends?
However,
what'd you do to your so-called friends for them to take her side?
That's besides the point. That's another part.
Right, cool.
The thing is, I relate to Melinda. In that case, I would have saw red. I am being on. If my family brought back the person who is at the center, the two people at the center of my acrimony in my safe space, which is your house, I'm going off. Like I'm seeing red. I'm blacking out. I can't apologize for my action. Like that's nuts. That's nuts.
Did you drive off like her?
I'm trying not to. There was some driving. There was some storming off. I'll admit that there was some storming off because you can't even like form an argument. You can't even tell people why. It's like you're so filled with rage and betrayal, and it's like you can't even connect logic to how you're feeling at this point. You can't even formulate. All you see is red. So I relate to that. Like that, her family. I don't know what they were expecting to accomplish with that. right? Like she literally did. She just get a intervention with the people who are the source of your anger.
No, that's not a good idea.
That's like having alcohol at an AAA meeting. Just having it sitting there while you're trying to tell you.
They wanted her to have a mental breakdown or something like that. Like that's what it felt
double
like.
Sorry, double A.
Yeah.
It felt like they were trying to
at a minor league game. Like that's crazy.
At an AA meeting, yeah.
I think I agree with everybody. Like there's no reason why you should have him or her at the house. Like it just didn't make any sense. Unless the family just felt like, hey, that was the money coming in that you lost us on that delivery. Here, let's get on your good side so we can get that back. So
are you upset or are you against the fact that they had that discussion at her mom's house, or that they had the discussion period? So like, where did they have the discussion at like Waffle House? Would it still be it would
If I'm not mistaken, he paid for the house, right?
Yeah.
He paid for it straight. So it was like a gesture to like a thank you gesture. Like thank you for holding me down all those years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the burden off of you now. You don't have to worry for the rest of your life. Like you're good. Yeah. I understand the motives, but the fact like the way they did it was just wrong. It felt wrong. It just felt wrong.
It did feel slimy, so it did.
It felt like an intervention.
Yeah.
Nobody liked
done
that.
Poorly.
Like, oh, Robert is actually a good guy after all. Basically, is what they're saying to her.
Hey, money makes people see your good side.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're right.
That's what happened. It was literally him. This was after she came in with the money. This is after all of that stuff. So they knew he had money at this point right now. So now they're like, all right, maybe he can be the one to get through to her. All this other stuff, but no.
Plus, he's all over social with it and everything, so it's a fact. I don't think him buying the house though warrants for anything, because again, she lost it because of him. He's just covering the losses that he caused her. But I don't think there's a difference. I don't think the setting matters. The setting just determines what the outcome is going to be, but it's all going to be bad, right? And it was a blind side. It was terrible. It was a bad move, but it was a great dramatic scene. One of the few.
Oh, let's talk about great dramatic scenes, and let's get to Ebony's favorite scene of the movie. It was Sharknado. It was everything that you expected to end this movie, and this is when Melinda got on the yacht. And there's only one person I want to hear from to start this off, because she's been quiet the entire time until we call her out. Ebony, let's go.
Yes. That whole entire scene was fucked up.
Yes.
So fucked up. First of all, how did she get on the boat?
Nobody knows.
I love Ebony.
No clue.
She rode.
They had a whole crew on there. Nobody saw it.
Skipped all the main points. She just teleported on the boat.
Like, did she walk on water like Jesus Christ? Like, how did she get to the boat? I don't understand. Anyway, she gets to the boat. Where did she stop first? To the people and made them jump off?
Yeah.
Right? And then she went to Diana, who was also pregnant, correct?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
And then she
why are you clutching your pearls over there? Your imaginary pearls.
Pregnant.
Yeah, we had this whole talk about the ovaries, and my girl's pregnant. My girl's pregnant on the yacht.
Right. With her man.
With her
protect the ovaries at all costs.
Wearing the same dress that she wanted to wear for her wedding.
On the same boat, the SS
same boat.
Are you?
I'm like feeling what you're saying. I'm like,
She used those same powers to get back on the boat too.
Oh my Lord.
And then she put on her dress like a weirdo and then glided across the boat like nothing wrong. And then what did she do? She like, I kind of forgot, low key. I'm so sorry. She didn't she like kind of attack homegirl, or am I mistaken?
No, she what you do? She pushed her.
She shot him.
She shot the guy.
I'm pretty sure she shot her.
Yeah,
she shot him.
She shot the guy.
Yeah, because Diana went like
She went.
the boat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went down on the boat.
You know, so she went to Robert first.
He was like,
and he's just
Because she went to get the crew, right? Diana went to get the crew that she kicked off the boat.
Yeah.
to help, but sis, nobody's there. And went to Robert, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like he saw a ghost
in the dress,
right in the dress that my wife is supposed to be wearing. And how did you get here? And where's the crew? And all these questions. You can see all of like the thoughts running through his mind, like, what's gonna happen? Is this the moment I'm gonna die? Am I gonna see my child? Am I gonna see my child be born? Like, how is she gonna kill me? I think that's just what he was thinking at this point.
For sure.
Robert had Deborah Cox, no one's supposed to be here, playing in his head. Like it was like it was
turn around and you're standing here. She was
I like how he was like prone when he got shot, and he was like on the second deck, and this guy couldn't move. And then as soon as she appeared, this guy turned into Usain Bolt out of nowhere.
Out of there.
It's got extra strength.
This movie was trash.
No, her having that whole psychotic break. No, her having that psychotic break. That whole scene was just crazy. I'm just like, why? Like, I get why it's happening, but it's the way it's happening. This is craziness.
Nuts.
Like, it doesn't even make any sense.
Nope.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point, I couldn't take her as her because I saw her playing Cookie. Like it came off as Cookie from Empire on the boat, and I was just like, I can't take this. I can't take this whole thing seriously right now.
Was it the same way when she had the hatchet and she went to her she tapped into her inner shining moment and she tried to like chop off his foot like Kunta Kinte?
Yeah.
Good movie.
It was just wild, man. I said the exact same thing as Ebony. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And how did she end up on the boat? After this, I just went to Coach and I said, "You ruined my birthday, bro." let me tell you this straight. Like, I was like, it wasn't good.
You know what? When she was on the boat, I just thought, what's gonna happen next? What is she gonna do now? Like, what's really gonna happen now from here?
I was hoping just off them both and just chill on the boat. I was hoping for that level of like aggression, like to shoot them both, chill on the boat, and just just sail off with their money and their boat and your life.
Yeah.
You guys, ladies, do you guys think she deserves her fate at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Nobody deserves that, man. Come on.
Hey, this is just a question.
Unfortunately, sort of. Damn it.
Oh my lord.
Damn it.
Man, she lost so much in this movie, man. She lost her inheritance. She lost her ovaries. She lost her man.
And then she lost her life.
And then she lost her life, man.
She just showed that 10 mil. She was good.
I think it's the history.
10 mil can't replace your ovaries.
It's the history that hit her. It's the series of events that hit her.
Yeah.
I don't support going on the boat, but I mean, I get why she got there. A little bit. I get it. A little bit.
Yeah. To me, this all accumulated to just her having a psychotic break, pretty much. And that's just what it was.
The moral of the story is that Black people shouldn't be back on boats ever. Nothing good happens when Black people are on boats.
Oh my god.
Bro, what?
I'm gonna say something that might spark something, maybe not. We'll see. Part of the thing is that a lot of the stuff that Robert did was foul. For he shouldn't have cheated on her. He should have got a job. He should have been more supportive, and he should have given her, loving her and the relationship, as much energy and attention as he did to his battery, right? However, I think Melinda made some terrible choices, and the one thing I realized is she wasn't taking responsibility for the choices she made. From the funeral, when this guy was ready to bounce and she dipped the whole funeral, that was a choice she made, right? But the reason why I brought that up was that the way she was describing it was like, from the beginning, he's been manipulating me, telling me things the way they weren't supposed to be. I'm like, the guy was ready to bounce because your sister kind of roasted him. And then you ran out your mom's funeral and offered to drive him. You saw he was a trailer park boy. And then you smashed, right? Like, and then you bought a car, right? Nobody held a gun to your head to sign.
That was a good one, Coach. That was a good one. I
actually agree with you with that. I actually agree.
I'll acknowledge you.
I actually agree with you in that one.
I appreciate you, man.
Right? Oh, you agree with me that? Yeah, she needs to accept responsibility for her choices. Ladies, what do you think?
Yeah, she made some bad choices from the beginning, and she was definitely blinded and manipulated. But at the end of the day, 18 years, you're grown up.
She should have known.
Yeah, you should have known.
Yeah, you should have known.
Definitely.
There should have been some better decision making on her part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
She was so young too.
Yeah.
She was young. Stupid.
He was her first. And her last.
That's true. And her last.
They never showed her with anybody else, right?
No,
actually, no. There was one other person. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
Not the last.
Chris Black. This is who she was with.
Chris Black.
Bye.
Yo, Coach.
All right. So this last little segment, close out the show a little bit. Do's and don'ts. So I'm gonna post a question or a statement or whatever, and y'all tell me if that's a do or a don't. That's something y'all rock with or not. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Boy.
All right. Okay. Posting on social media.
Posting what?
What? Yeah. What?
Your significant other or the person you're talking with.
That's a do.
Don't.
Do?
Oh,
that's a do.
Don't. Why
don't.
Not?
Don't. That's a don't.
Yo, expand.
Well, what? I shouldn't post my girl on social media?
No.
You do you, bro.
I'm so happy that you post her. But I feel like there's backlash sometimes.
I think the world is just evil, man.
Because
I've had none. Well, I guess I'm different. I guess my situation. I've had just none but love and support. So
I say don't because this guy, man. I say don't. I say don't because a lot of the times, like when I was living in Toronto, whoever I was dating, I was DJing. I was also a DJ. So like, you get to see like little things that people do if you do. And so I'm like, nah, I just rather keep my private life private.
That's where we come from too.
Yeah, I'm a big
don't. Keep things private.
Like, I'm a big don't because I'm private and I don't want anyone coming to me as a woman.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in.
What?
As a woman.
No, yeah. I've definitely posted somebody prior in the past, and I feel like it's stupid because I should have kept that private.
Yeah,
I feel like
who needs to know is gonna know,
and social media ruins
I
stuff.
agree. I agree with that 100%.
You're just trying to show off your love.
Nah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but people are malicious, yo. People will once they see you're happy, they're gonna try finding a way to break that happiness up, man.
Bad mind people, them.
Keep your happiness in private sometimes.
Sure. Yeah. Keep your money and your relationship in private for sure.
Mm-hmm. Your dreams, your goals.
Right. Move in silence like the G's in lasagna.
And your felonies.
Okay, Weezy. All right, Weezy.
That's on a need to know basis.
Okay. Bars. Okay. All right. Okay. Next one. Going out or staying in?
Going out.
Staying in.
Going out. What?
I'm a homebody. I'm staying in.
No.
Same.
No, I'm going
I'm
out.
staying in the
A bit of both.
I'm going outside.
Exactly.
Due to COVID, is definitely going out. 1,000% going out. But prior to, I'm definitely a homebody for sure.
Really?
Staying in.
Same.
No.
Wow.
No.
I'm both. You can get stir crazy. Always like staying in, always doing the same thing.
COVID is fucking me up, bro.
True.
I know.
So true.
It's dealing with me right now, bro.
Janine was just very outgoing. So
I'm very extroverted. So like this is actually like there's like a rave going on in my head. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, just talk to everybody.
I think it would have been different if we weren't living in these times and COVID happened. Because technology allows you to be able to like group chat and all that stuff a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's not as bad. Like if we were back in like early 2000s, where
wired telephone.
Wired telephone that you can't even call, like you know what I mean? Like it's a different thing. But like people can do games night over Zoom. People can do like that stuff. So it's not the same with being in the same spot, but like you still have an option different than if it was like back in the day. So I'm cool with staying in.
Black Planet?
Black Planet's still around, eh?
What? Wire?
Yeah, it turned into a dating site.
Not Wire.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, I remember that.
Bro, I was it.
No, it was all about MySpace, and Tom was your first friend.
MySpace, man.
I never had MySpace.
MySpace turned me on to the US, bro. I never knew the US was a thing until MySpace, bro.
The US?
Like the United States of America?
Yeah, really? Because like all I knew was just Jamaica and Toronto. That's all I knew.
Is that if you drive past the border, you got to Mexico?
All I knew was Jamaica and Toronto, and I see MySpace. I'm like, yo, there's some things in like New York.
Okay.
This guy's a whole fool.
Have you been to the States before?
Oh yeah, I've been to the US a lot for ball, but like at first it was just Toronto and Jamaica. That's all I knew.
Wow.
And then MySpace hit, and I was like, okay, there's New York, there's Cali. I'm in it.
Oh, yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get you.
Oh, good.
It expanded your horizons.
Expanded. But okay, next one. Big special event or small and intimate.
What's a big special event?
Like a big
party, like a
house party,
like
party,
somebody's naming balloons.
Yeah, all that.
Those balloons.
I'm a small intimate guy. I'm a small intimate guy. I like small.
Go big or go home.
I'm a big event.
I like a nice big event.
I like a nice big event. Show up or don't show up, you know? Like,
yeah, I like
show out. That's
okay.
Once in a while. I rock with that. A big event once in a while, but most of the time, definitely small and intimate for sure.
Hey, hold on. I'm just noticing that one person is not answering these questions right now. So
tapped out.
No, it's honestly, I just don't want to interrupt like all y'all talking. For me, I don't know. Like I like people, but then I don't like people sometimes. So I like my people, like my intimate people.
Yeah.
You know? But I do enjoy a turn up occasionally with more folks. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I enjoy both. But I guess
if you have to choose.
Fuck. If I have to choose, I'll go big party then. Because intimate can be kind of boring, kind of still kind
definitely. Yeah.
That's true.
I think the problem with small and intimate thing is this when people leave. Like it's like you might be there and there's like that one person that you wanted to stay to the end and then they cut and then you're like, I don't want to be here anymore either. So like the whole party just ends at that point. But like I'm still a small, intimate person at this point, though.
Says a fucking DJ.
Yeah, but like I stopped DJing when I moved to Calgary, but back then I was more of an extrovert. Moved here and I became an introvert. So like
we're doing parties, man.
We're doing parties. Torque versus Bubble was one of the biggest parties in Calgary. I mean in Toronto. But when I moved up, so just for the Macaroni Sound podcast for you ladies on there, when I moved out to Calgary, I thought I was moving into Get Out.
Good film.
Because the first day I went out and I was like walking, all these white people were just smiling at me, and I was like, yo, I'm not used to this. I'm from Toronto. Like we screw face everybody, and like they're all like saying hi and stuff. I was like, yo, if I see a teacup, I'm definitely running for sure. I'm out.
I tried to warn you before you go here, bro.
You did, but I didn't think it was like that. It was a whole nother level, yo.
Calgary's another dimension, man.
People are like weirdly friendly. It's like I'm not used to this. Like I walk, like having the mask on is the best thing in the world. I could just like cut my eye and turn.
Screw face people.
I just turn my eye and I'm good.
It's Toronto. Toronto, the screw face capital, did that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not overly nice. Yeah. It's just you're so desensitized to niceness.
Toronto in my background, man. So
yes,
that's what it is. Screw face capital. Okay, next one. All right. So scenario: you have a Valentine's Day date. You know, this is your, like for your big date or intimate date, whatever it is. Do you go into that date thinking that expecting that you're gonna have sex after?
For Valentine's?
Are you? That's the question. Okay,
I'm not gonna lie. I saw a face just kind of change. It was hilarious to me. I was like, she was like, can you repeat that again? What?
I'm like, huh? ¿Por qué?
But yeah, you have your Valentine's Day date. Are your expectations going into that date that you're gonna have sex after?
Is my expectation that I'm gonna have sex after my Valentine's Day date? How long do I know this person for? I mean, Valentine's Day.
Francis moves a lot differently than most people.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
I'm expecting to have intercourse at the end
for Valentine's Day,
but it doesn't happen for me.
No. Are you expecting it
for Valentine's Day? Am I expecting it? Yeah. I'm expecting it. It's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. What?
Trying to experience all forms of love. I see it.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
I don't know.
No, some people.
Okay, so.
Oh, do not expect it. I'm expecting.
Can I throw a twist? Can I throw a twist in the question?
Okay. Yeah.
So let's say the date isn't exactly what you expected. Are you still expecting sex after?
Like I didn't get what I wanted. Like I didn't get. What did I not get? Like
say the person invited you out. They didn't tell you what the date was going to be. They just said, "Hey, we're going on a date."
Yeah.
And you end up at McDonald's. Are you?
Pizza with those heart pizzas.
Yeah, the pizza with the heart pizza. There you go. Like, are you still expecting?
If I was a young chap, I don't know, dumber girl, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, this is great. But like now I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
It's all about being in the mood.
If I was 19, yeah, sure, maybe, haha, great. But like, no, we're not. No. I expected something else.
What about my friend playing with her nails back there? What's your thought process?
It depends.
I was just about to say that. Like, I don't know, because I'm all down for just like kicking it with somebody that I'm interested in.
Down to clown.
And like, if we're at McDonald's, like, and we're just chilling that day, like, if you make it apparent that this is a date, I think also what's important is like, is this our first date?
Yeah.
Because if it's our first date, like now you're canceled, you're pushed to the side, we're done.
Yeah.
But if I've known you for some time, maybe this is our third or fourth date, I don't think I would care as much because I'm spending time with you. That's my main thing. I don't really care where we are necessarily. Give me some nuggets, like that's fine.
What phase are you in your life?
Like, I don't. If it's present time, I still wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very much like, as long as I'm spending time with that person, I don't necessarily care what we're doing or what we're eating. But if it's
should the first date be on Valentine's Day?
No. Ew.
I was only asking because it was just based off of what was just said. So.
That's crazy.
I choose
crazy.
Suppose the person forgot. They're just like, yo, maybe this Sunday, and it turns out it's Valentine's Day. It's like, all right.
Nah.
It depends. Depends what phase I'm in my life. Who knows? Where am I at? Who knows?
Right now.
Right now, if they took me to McDonald's, I'd be like, I'm vegetarian. What happened? I'm eating fries. I'm eating fries here.
They got Beyond Meat burgers.
Fries? No, they don't. Not a McDonald's. Not a McDonald's, honey. I know. Not a McDonald's.
There's a play place.
That's fun, actually. A play place. That's fun.
But it's closed now, isn't it? Because of
COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah, stupid COVID ruining all the good stuff. Coach.
The last one I got is do you or don't you hit up your ex for toxic things on Valentine's Day? So say you're a single person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hit up your ex?
Never.
Never. After, why is your hand in your face, bro?
I don't know. I can't believe you're asking these crazy questions right now. Like, what is happening right now? Oh my God, I'm so confused. This guy's asking some craziness. What's been going on with you? Are you good? That's the question we need to ask. Is Francis okay? He needs to get something off his chest right now.
I tell people all the time, ex is an ex for a reason. I don't go back to any exes. I don't relapse. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't. Once they're my ex, they're done, yo.
Well, y'all don't talk to and your exes.
No, I'm friends with all my exes. I would never mess with any of my exes again.
Yeah. I have zero tolerance when it comes to stuff like that. I don't dig up anything from the past. That's in the past. Like, they're completely cut off out of my life. They can't even get in touch with me.
Now, if I'm 60 and I'm single and I still can't find love, I may then change my thought process and be like, yo, all right, yo, you still available? Like,
I know myself. I definitely wouldn't. I know myself. Y'all know me. I cut people off. Like, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'll stay single in 60. I'm good. I'm good.
I know you surgical with that, man. Seriously. Instant block and delete, man.
Ladies.
I'm sorry. What was the?
Would you ever hit up
your ex? Like, hey, WID
for a Valentine's Day
big head.
Nah, never. What's in the past is in the past. I don't like dredging up old stuff. Like, we don't talk because we don't talk. You probably did something grimy, or we probably didn't mesh well. I'm not trying to dredge up old-ish, so I'm definitely not gonna hit you up for anything ever. Ever. Period.
Never, ever.
That's very Madison.
Yeah,
Madison's very cut. She doesn't play any games.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't play any games.
Nope. Yeah. The same way.
Yeah.
Nah. She doesn't play any games.
Same.
Ebony.
I don't know.
A lot of thinking going on.
Okay, here's my problem. I'm gonna give y'all one scenario.
Okay.
I had an ex that I was with. I was 16, pretty much until like the age of 22. That we were really kind of like dating, but then we were off, but then dating again, and we're off, and then date, like back and forth, just back and forth. And we were always in each other's lives. So we would stop talking for months, then we'd have somehow come back together after 6 months of not talking or seeing each other or whatever. Mm-hmm. So for him, he's still alive. I see him on social media sometimes. And I tried to like kind of reach out and be like, yo, are you alive? You're good? Like more so just like worried. You're a Black man in this world. I'm just trying to see if you're good. So yeah, I just try to check up on them just to see that they're okay. But I'm not necessarily wanting to look for like comfort or companionship. Like I don't want to like still fuck you or date you. But I just want to know that you're good and that you're alive as a Black man in this world. Like that's really just my thought. It's just like you're okay.
Just showing a little compassion.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, shit. Sometimes.
Has any of those Black men taken like mistook what your intention was when you like checked up? Okay.
That's a side effect of being a Black. That's a side effect of being an ex. That's a side effect of being an ex.
Oh, what are you saying this weekend? Oh, you're like, how are you doing? Then it's like, nah, fam, nah, bum. I'm just trying to see if you're okay, and then skirt the conversation. I don't know.
I got a 2 can dine deal at McDonald's.
Just came in the mail.
Trying to redeem it.
Bye.
2 can dine.
That's a good deal.
I mean, for me personally, it's tough for me because those that know me know that I'm very I'm like Ebony, like I'm very cutthroat. Like if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Like you know that from the like Sandra knows. Like if I don't rock with somebody, I'm gonna remove myself from the whole situation, whether that be an ex or a nigga or whoever it is. Like I'm out. So that's like me from like a relationship basis, but I might be that toxic guy where like if Valentine's Day I'm single and she was good. I'm a father still, you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
my god, this guy's trying to ruin people's lives.
This guy trying to turn up.
This man's trying to ruin lives over here.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I'm single, if I was single, if I am single, like that's what it is. Like, if, like, you know, throat baby, like, if that's what it is, I'm
wow.
No, we need to do a check. We need to do a checkup with Francis at the end of this pod. We need to check up with this guy. He's not okay. He's not okay. There's something going on with him. He's not good.
All right,
Francis, we'll talk off here. We'll talk off here.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't even look at. I wouldn't for Valentine's. Valentine's to me is a whatever day, right? Now, like a birthday one, just trying to get one in for your birthday, is a little bit different. But for me, it's so much harder because my birthday's on Christmas. So like everyone's spending time with their family at that time. So I'm like, I'm okay with. I'm just used to. I'll do it like 2 days before the eve.
Okay,
2 days.
Eve of the eve.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man.
But I don't know how you brought up throat baby on this topic. But
like from a relationship standpoint, like when I'm done with my ex, I'm done. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
But if I'm single on Valentine's Day and drinking a bottle of wine, smoking my 5 spliffs,
don't turn yourself on Valentine's Day. You're good.
Bro, I'm lit.
Like you don't need to. This guy's wine and dining himself, and then gonna reach out. Like
dot you up.
Oh, stop.
God.
Dear God,
my
man.
God.
You're the type of guy that responds with K, eh? You get a long dissertation of argument. You just respond with K.
Wait, essay. You're saying that to this guy?
What?
Mr. 400 messages in our group chat? like, you know if an argument's coming, he's arguing right back.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So we've reached a part of the podcast where we get to promote our social medias and anything else that we might be working on. And ladies, as you guys are our guests this week, we're going to start with you.
Follow our Instagram and our Twitter at Macaroni Sound Podcast.
Well,
we're kind of rebranding. We're trying to, change up topics, trying to expand. Yeah. And it'll be really cool if a lot more people tuned in to hear what we got to say.
Yeah. We got a lot.
We have a lot more
we talk
to
about
say.
Too much.
Talk about a lot.
It gets interesting. You'll enjoy it.
Yes. Macaroni Sound Podcast on everything.
No. Macaroni Sounds on Twitter.
Oh, Macaroni Sounds on Twitter. Macaroni Sounds on Twitter. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you
that we have a fact checker in the background. We're okay. Essay.
You know what it is. My personal IG is @ProChatterbox on Instagram. And I have my podcast with Joseph, aka Baritone Levy, Talks with the Chatterbox. We just came off of a involuntary 2-week hiatus. So we hopefully the pipeline of episodes is continued running.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do a collab with Not So Soft. And I'm trying to get more collabs. So hey, Macaroni Sounds, if you guys are down, we'd love to have you guys on Talks with Chatterbox, as well as the rest of my chat room pod familia. And we try to drop episodes on Thursdays.
he's out there doing some good work on the front line. So
appreciate it. That's true. So I appreciate you. So yeah, that's you can find our podcast on IG at Chattertalks or online at chattertalks.tv.
Dope. Coach.
My IG is real deal _Francis. Just getting back up into the gym and stuff. We just opened up on February 8th, so things are going slow, but things are going well. So that's it, man.
Dope. Dewayne.
Yeah, y'all could follow me on my IG, Chaz _Tenenbaum, TENENBAUM.
Dope.
Cabby approved.
Cabby approved. Cabby certified.
That's CC.
And everyone knows the reason why I go last is because I have the longest plug. So don't forget to check out the Not So Soft podcast. Comes out every Friday with myself, Nino Rockwell, and Kino the Great. Don't forget to check out my Twitch page, twitch.tv/itsthesenator. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Twitter @thesenator. Make sure to follow the Chatroom Podcast on Instagram @the.chatroompod. If you like this discussion that we had today, if you want to tell me how trash Acrimony was, make sure to email it to thechatroompod@gmail.com. And before we sign off, once again, Macaroni Sound Podcast, very dope podcast. Make sure you listen. Make sure you subscribe.
Amazing.
Make sure you rate. Make sure you like. Show them some love. All that good stuff. And we want to thank you ladies for coming on to our podcast this week.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. It was really fun.
I really appreciate it.
And I shouldn't just say to like, rate, subscribe, and share their podcast. Make sure to do the Chatroom Podcast too. Do both of them at the same time. It's all good. It's all love out here. And this is the Chatroom Podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast. And we are out.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye. Bye.